So we've made it to chapter 16 now. It's something I call the scrambler. It's because we're going to scramble the middles of words. So it's this interesting phenomenon about our brains that as long as the first and last letters of the word is in place, you can put the middle letters in pretty much any random order, and your brain can still figure it out. Which I kind of prove the point if I make you read this first paragraph of the chapter. So how do we make a program that will scramble text in this way? Notice, of course, a couple things that very short words that have 2 letters or 3 letters, there's nothing to scramble. Because the first and last letters have to be in place. So we can only scramble words that have 4 characters or greater. So that's something that we're going to have to work on. Also, looking at another thing is that we've already encountered the fact that when we try to split text, like say on white space, we're still going to have things like, for instance, this period here is going to be stuck to the end of that word, and we're going to need to separate the characters from the punctuation and things like that. So it's going to be a challenge, and it's going to cover some of the things that we've talked a bit about before with regular expressions. We're going to be using randomness, of course, because we're going to randomly scramble these characters, and so there's a number of things that we get to play around with, and mostly we're going to be reading text that's going to be coming from the command line or probably from a file. So again, lots of things that we've talked about in previous chapters. So because it's going to be using randomness, we already know about using seeds, random seeds. I stick to using seeds that are integer values, but of course you could use in your own programming, use other kinds of values like strings. So this is going to be parsed as an integer from the command line, and then we're going to take some text either from the command line or from a file, and then we're going to print out something like this. Don't worry, spiders, I keep house casually. So our trusty string diagram, our program is called scrambler.py. It's going to take in some text, possibly a seed, and it's going to output the scrambled text. That text could either come from the command line or shown here from an input file, and we're just going to print the output to standard out. If you wanted to go further and add an output file name, you could certainly do that. So we're going to be talking about how to use regular expressions to split words. We've already covered how to split text just on white space. So we're going to be using regular expressions here to split the text into things that look like words and things that don't look like words. We're going to have to use random shuffle, which we haven't used before, in order to shuffle a list of letters on the inside. And we're going to be generating this scrambled text, and it's going to have to still have the structure of the input text. So we're going to have to respect all the new lines and things like that and all the punctuation. So we're going to have to basically dismantle the text, scramble the words, and then put the text back together so that it looks just like the shape of the input file, but just with the words scrambled. So that's what we're going to be doing in this exercise.